Look, I had too much to lose, and they was trying to cut me loose, so I paid the price. I cut ties with you, and I paid my dues. I showed it before, but now it's time to prove a life of good kid status with hood kid annex, and it's time to choose. Changing the way I move, changing the sights and my views, changing me and changing you. Look, I was promised the world, it was a ruse. Turn that disappointment into a muse. I run for long enough, I'm still surrounded by views that I can't ever seem to lose. Nothing ever feels new. I'm lost in what I've been through. A different life seems impossible to pursue. From what I think to what I see, I'm not sure what's true. It's tainting you. Look, the novelty of the years, impossible to renew. Surrounded by project adjacent blues, terrible news and fake crews. I ain't like who I was becoming, a picture that someone else drew. It had remnants of you, so what else is there to do? You can't grow if you don't lose, so what else is there to choose? What else is there to do? Loved and lost and found, gain to lose, me for you. Loved and lost and found, gain to lose, me for you. Changing the way I move, changing the sights and my views, changing me and changing you. Truth be told, I said a lot, but there's more to know. I left a lot, but it took a while before I finally chose to go. I always get quiet when eras start to close, trying to end it on a good note. One that we would look back to and think fondly of if we ever spoke. Emotions evoked as the ending approached. The nostalgia idealizes days like those. Hanging in the balance was whether we stay or whether we go, whether we live or whether we won't. You see which one I chose. Took the past in too high of a dose. The sentiment is hard to diagnose. Memories don't denote the necessity of the pain that comes with letting go. What hurts more? Growing pains or stunted growth. I wish back then I would've known. I wish back then I would've chose. Had to weigh being close and being alone. Wish I could've stayed, but I had to go. What a gaze down memory lane. It came with some pain. Cutting ties, the best choice that I ever made. I would've hated to stay the same. I had to change. Change the person in the mirror, change the picture in the frame. I'm not sure how those years will age. Can't help but wonder how much of the hourglass remains. The expiration date on the memories we made. I still think of you. I still think of how you'll remember those days. But more than that, I reflect on who I became. I think of the loss and the gain. I think of the growth I obtained. Promises we etched in stone I had to break. Plans I wrote back then, I ripped every page. Cause nowadays, nothing is the same. But maybe that's okay. For the good of the present, the past I exchange. And in my heart I feel a break. But maybe that's okay. Cause finally now there's nothing left to say. And finally now there's nothing left to save. Whether to go or whether to stay isn't something I still contemplate. I won't keep you any longer, I won't tell you to wait. I won't hold on to what we had, I'll finally let you fade. Check it away, where it all ended. Things we thought but never said, with errors cemented and memories blended, with pain amended and no idea where we're headed. Visions not executed as intended, nothing when it's expected. You said you still got love for me, I hope that you meant it. Regrets gone resented, bonds gone neglected. Into our timelines forever threaded, a graceful exit. Forever and always the same as how we left it.